I saw a couple of shops like, on that International Boulevard or whatever that had hats like that. So you could have definitely, you can't blame it on you wanted to get the hat. You could have got the
Yeah.
hat in Florida. That
Yeah,
wasn't it.
really what I did is I set up my camera from afar and just filmed everything. And then I went and bought this hat. Hey, we got a good show lined up for you today.
20 years into the internet for the auto industry.
To me, that's the biggest change of what's going on.
The keynote panel that Mark Tewart ran was absolutely fantastic. Like, I'm talking like it was absolutely fantastic. Kevin Fry was on it. Don Hall was on it. I mean, really, Eric Gale, it was great. It was really great.
Oh, cool. Eric was up. So it was a panel discussion.
It was a panel discussion. And at the end of the, if you wanted to know what the takeaway was, the main thing, it was basically the theme of the whole conference, really. Now is really the time to completely look at everything that's going on in the store and focus everything 100% on the customer experience and on customer engagement and on really being of service and of value to the customer. Because if not, there's going to be something else is going to come and take the customer away. Now's the time to build it because we can work on it, we can build it, we can refine the process, we can continue to have it grow so that when the shit hits the fan later on, and we all know, because that's just the way life is, the shit is going to hit the fan. Everything does go and ebb and flows, up and down. Mm-hmm. When it does go down, we need to build up that strength so that we can totally 100%, ride the storm.
How do you see that reflected at something like Digital Dealer?
Everybody's on the same page. Everybody is pushing that point of, if it's not consumer benefit driven, then why the hell are you doing it?
The shift model that I just mentioned, partnered up with Cox, that's what they do. They bring the car to you for the test drive, mm-hmm. and the transaction is facilitated not at a dealership, and we're going to see more and more of that.
And that thinking is a problem, Ryan. That's my point. That thinking is a problem. We look at a problem, right? We look at a problem like this, like it's a pain in the ass for the customer to bring the car in for service. Okay. We look at that problem, we look at the solution, and we immediately shit on the solution because it has a cost attached to it. That's the problem with the thinking. We don't realize that if we don't continue to look at the problems and actually fix them, right, that an even bigger problem is going to come. And it's going to be basically just getting replaced by somebody else. Yes, there's a cost to that, right? But at the same time, what's the cost or what's the loss, right?
Of not
doing it, and I suddenly get my car from someplace else.
So the math behind that, I'll put that out there for you. So if you bring the car to the customer, something's got to transport you back. Now that could be a lift ride. It could be ride sharing. It could be a fleet service that the dealership provides to get. But the cost of that individual trip is probably going to come to $20. It
right.
really is. And if you don't offer that, if that's not part of your service, then the company that does is going to get that person's business.
Yeah, and that's the thing. The market's always going to win. And there's always going to be somebody out there who's going to supply what the market is demanding. And then it's clothing, and then it's sneakers, and then it's to the point of where now you have these little buttons around your house. You push them, and then something shows up that everybody knows where I'm going, right? The need will get fulfilled. The market will win. And either you're supplying the market with what they want, or you're gonna fucking lose.
I'm laughing because Mike Phillips said he saw you standing up to sleep. He said that's new.